One of the things that we like to do to promote ourselves and to grow is to promote those that help us, and that's what brings us here today. One of the things we like to do every month is focus on one particular customer in our business spotlight. And this month we have decided to choose Leon Weinschneider, who's not only became a friend but an excellent client as well. I have Andrew Tarr that's going to be speaking a few words about him now. Please feel free to ask any questions as we go along.
Hello, good to see you all here today. My name is Andrew Tarr. I am an attorney in the very local area. My office is in Sunny Isles, just across the causeway where Miami Juice is. I practice primarily real estate law and commercial litigation. Anything that has to do with real estate I can handle, whether it would be a transactional matter, a landlord-tenant, or a real estate closing, or litigation related to real estate, and even commercial disputes, I deal with it all. I have a title company called Legacy Title Services, and we cater to everybody who has a need to close a real estate transaction. I'm able to service customers who speak Russian, Portuguese, Spanish, Romanian, and of course English, and other languages as may be necessary. But we're a full service company and we can help you with all of your real estate needs. And in the course of my 20 years of practice, I've had the opportunity to work with Leon Weinschneider, who is a phenomenal real estate agent in the local area, probably one of the best. And if you ever have a real estate need to sell your property or you want to buy property, I couldn't recommend anybody more than Leon. You probably all know him as the man with the license to sell, and that's why you're all here. So without further ado, I want to introduce Leon today, and if you have any questions for me afterwards, I'll be around.
Thank you very much. Wednesday, June 18, 2014, we're here at Capital Bank, who has graciously agreed to allow us to give this seminar, and they're sponsoring it here. I want to thank everybody for coming. Before I begin speaking, by show of hands, just to get a feeling of what's important to you, who today came looking to buy or sell real estate? Excellent. And who today came looking to rent or lease property? Excellent. And who came today looking to invest in real estate? Wonderful, wonderful. And who today came for the complimentary kosher buffet? Excellent, wonderful. You know, the story is told how there was a flight going from Florida to Mexico, over the Gulf of Mexico, and there was a lot of turbulence. The pilot's voice comes on the intercom: "Ladies and gentlemen, we're going through a lot of turbulence. We're going to put on the fasten your seatbelt sign, but before we do, we're going to ask that everybody that can swim to please sit on the right side of the plane, and those that can't swim, sit on the left side of the plane, just for precautionary measures." A few moments later, more turbulence. The pilot's voice comes on the intercom: "Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we're going to have to make an emergency landing. As soon as we hit the water, all those sitting on the right side of the plane, the doors will open and start swimming like mad. And all those sitting on the left side of the plane, thank you for flying the friendly skies of United." Life is a journey. Many times we go through a lot of turbulence, a lot of challenges. The good news is today, in this economy, we're experiencing higher prices than we've ever seen before in real estate. And so today we're going to discuss the dynamics of buying, 1, selling, 2, renting or leasing, and 4thly, investing in real estate. Buying. Even as prices are up, there are still opportunities in today's market. While most of the foreclosure market has dried up due to the resurgence in prices, deals still can be found. The secret to finding and buying real estate in today's market are found within 2 dynamics. Finding 1, a motivated seller, someone who is ready to sell, has a reason to sell, and is motivated to sell at today's price. And 2, having a seasoned, strong real estate agent representing your needs. Example, about 4 months ago, I helped a client buy a property in South Beach. It was a mixed-use property, commercial and residential. It had been listed at $899,000. They had just turned down an offer for $750,000. I presented an offer and we closed about 4 months ago for $735,000, $15,000 lower than the offer that they just turned down. How and why did we accomplish this? The answer is, I presented the offer in such a way to make the owner feel comfortable and confident that this was a solid offer, one that all he had to do was sign on and we were going to close. You see, in life, not everything is about money. Many times it's about getting just from point A to point B. And sometimes that is the focus of the person. And so I made a case for this offer and got it accepted. Point number 2, selling property. Prices have never been higher. Will they continue to go up? Possibly. But there's no certainty in that. And I have 2 concerns that I will address. Prices are up for 2 very important reasons. Number 1, interest rates are low. And point number 2, there's very little inventory of merchandise that's for sale. So when something comes on the market, it's grabbed up right away, which, because of the dynamics of buying and selling, supply and demand, causes prices to go up. But eventually those 2 items are going to turn, because even as we speak, interest rates are going up. And what has me very concerned is the shadow market. Banks have an enormous inventory of properties that they foreclosed on in the last 8 years. And as they release that inventory, it will cause the market to go down, the real estate market to go down. He was a famous economist, Bernard Baruch, who once said, never try to sell at the very highest or buy at the very lowest price. The reason being, the only way you're going to know that it's now going down or that you've missed the boat for going up or down is when it's too late. Trying to sell and catch up as the market is going down or regretting not buying as the market is going up are inevitables for waiting too long. I advise my clients when selling property, the time to sell is when you have a good reason to sell. There are 4 good reasons to sell real estate. 1, downsizing. You lived in this property for 30 years, now it's too large. You're an empty nester, you're looking to downsize, minimize your expenses, and create a different lifestyle perhaps. 2, upgrading. You have a growing family, more children, you have a home office perhaps you want to have now, so you need a larger residence. 3, job transfer. You know, you live in Florida, but now you got to move back to New York. The 4th good reason is lifestyle. Many times we find that the family is living elsewhere, and so even though we're here, we miss being with the family. And so we move to be closer with family. The 3rd dynamic we will discuss now is renting and leasing. Renting is what a tenant does. What a tenant looks to do, he looks to rent a property. The question I often get asked, is it better to rent or to buy? Which is less expensive? Which is cheaper? The answer is, I always tell my clients, think of it in terms of a 5-year plan. If you're going to be in a place for 5 years or less, it's less expensive to rent. However, if you're going to be in a place for 5 years or more, it's less expensive to buy. Because when you go to sell the property, the money that you will realize, the benefits that you will realize in the sale of the property will more than offset any other small costs that you had along the way, such as maintenance or taxes. So it's less expensive. Leasing property. This is a very interesting dynamic. Many times people are looking to sell property, they're not thinking of even leasing. But leasing a property is at the same time marketing a property to rent out, will double your exposure Many times people come to look at a property, they say, look, I want to see this property to rent, but you know what, it looks so good. Are they interested in selling? And lo and behold, we're able to negotiate perhaps a lease with a purchase option and get fantastic results. Case in point, recently I had a client that was looking to sell a property. We had it listed at $650,000. We didn't have any offers. I called up the client and they advised me to please adjust the price down to $615,000, and I also advised them to put it on the market for rent just in case, and also to give that double exposure. Within 1 week we had it rented out, and about a week later an Argentinian investor called me and bought the property for $660,000, $45,000 above the asking price. And he bought it because it was, to him, an investment property. He wanted to buy something in Florida. Everybody hears now's a great time to be buying. But he wasn't going to use it right away. So here the property already had a tenant in place, and so it was valuable to him. Investing in real estate. There are many kinds of investments. There's multifamily, there's retail space, shopping centers, multi-use, where you have both commercial and residential property. In fact, I just had a closing on a property just yesterday on a 26-unit multifamily here in Surfside, and the owner got about $500,000 above the original asking price. And you want to hear something more incredible? The buyer that's buying this property could actually sell it today for about $700,000, more than what he just closed on yesterday. Now, by the way, I should tell you, it took about 6 months to close. And in those 6 months, the way the market has been changing so rapidly that even in just those 6 months, he was able to find an investor, a buyer that wanted to have it flip the property to him for $700,000 more than just what he closed yesterday on. By show of hands, who enjoyed today's seminar? Excellent. I want to thank you for coming. By the way, a video is going to be prepared. If you'd like me to send you a copy, please let me know. Also, it's going to be placed on our website, where you can see it under the title, What You Absolutely Must Know Before Buying or Selling Real Estate. Also on my website, you can see some of my other videos, What You Must Absolutely Know Before Buying or Selling series of Miami Beach, North Bay Road, waterfront houses, Pine Tree waterfront houses, Fisher Island, Golden Beach, Miami Beach, Aventura. Also, there's 2 very interesting videos, How to Make Money While Selling Your House, and also there's one called Tips on Selling Your Home, where you can see all the incredible things, how I'm able to get properties sold and get such fantastic results. I want to thank you again for attending. If there's any questions, please feel free to address me or approach me. I'd be happy to discuss it with you. Thank you and have a wonderful day.